Now, just when you think you have a strategy figured out, something happens. That happened to us. Now, we took a trade on Tesla. It was a clean setup, a perfect entry, everything aligned, it worked out beautifully. It was a 1 is to 4 type of trade. Risk 1, get 4. The same day, we saw the exact same setup on another stock. Same pattern, same rules, same risk management. So we took it again. And guess what happened? We lost. That second trade was on Cipher Digital. Tesla paid nearly 4R. Cipher Digital lost 1R. And if you're new to trading, this is where everything starts spiraling. You start to wonder, is my strategy broken? Was the first trade luck? Am I guessing? What am I doing? This is so hard. Now, when I started trading 5 years ago, this same exact situation would wreck me so much that I would just abandon the strategy I had come up with or was working for me, start learning a new strategy, lose again, repeat the same cycle, rinse and repeat. But today, I'm going to show you what exactly happened between these two trades. And I promise you, this lesson will change how you think about trading and the strategies that you already have or are developing. So, our first trade was on Tesla, and I did a very detailed video of the Tesla trade. Our entry point, we entered the trade on the 19th of Feb 2026. I detailed this, the entry, the exit, the stop loss. What I saw on the Tesla trade was that price pushed into resistance right here at 415 dollars. This level as a resistance had been respected so many times. One time there, two time here, three time here. Right here, right here, and right here. Buyers, they really tried to break through that level, but they failed. Now, think of resistance like a ceiling. Price jumps into that area, keeps hitting that area, and keeps failing. Even better, the overall market was weak. So, that factor was contributing to my bias that Tesla was weak. Tech was selling, momentum was fading. That was a perfect alignment. So we took puts, risk reward, 1 is to 4 on Tesla. Structured trade, planned out, professional entry, stop target, no emotions on that. I do like this type of trades a whole lot because they do act like a confirmation to me. As I said later on in the day, scanning my watch list, I see the same setup, Cipher Digital. Same resistance structure right here at $16.25. Same resistance, an issue there, an issue here, a fight between the buyers and sellers. Again, same thing here. This level was the ceiling I was looking for, the resistance level I was looking for, $16.28. Now, in my head, I was thinking, well, this is easy, in and out. So we took that trade. Same risk, same rules, and we lost. Got stopped out for -1R. And this is where beginners they make the wrong conclusion. This is where you start to think, well, the strategy stopped working. I need a new system. But that's not what happened. You do not need to do all that. So, what actually changed in these two trades? Same setup. What changed? Now, here is a key difference between these two trades, Tesla and Cipher Digital. Tesla is a large cap stock, extremely liquid, traded by institutions. When it breaks a level, it has big money ready to push it. If it's selling, it's selling. If it's going up, it's going up. Cipher Digital is different. It's a small cap, lower liquidity, and it is highly influenced by crypto. Keyword, highly influenced by crypto. On that day, Bitcoin was weak. It seemed weak to me. And here's it is a fun part. Cipher Digital had earnings, which I normally avoid, and I missed that. That changes everything because earnings they introduce unpredictability. Liquidity behaves differently, options move differently. So even though the pattern between Tesla right here and Cipher Digital is the exact same, something has changed. What's that? The environment, the context has changed. It's no longer the same playing field. And here's just a quick lesson to think about it. A pattern is like a car. Think of the car you have. If it's a Honda, if it's a, who knows, Toyota, think of a pattern like a car. The market conditions are the road. So the same car that you have will drive very differently. If it's a smooth highway, all clear roads, you're going to go smooth sailing to wherever you want to go. Now, if you introduce snow or black ice, you're going to drive very differently. Same thing here. It was the same setup, a different road, different results. So, the key thing here that I'm trying to drive is that the strategy didn't fail. Context changed, the market environment changed. Cipher Digital had news, and that changed everything. Now, here's the part that really saved my mindset. Even though on Cipher Digital ended up being a -1 trade, we entered right about here at $15.19. Like I said, I missed the earnings and later on the next day discovered, goodness, they had earnings. I had to change my stop. In addition to that, they had news come out. Again, that contributed to me making the decision to change that stop because such type of events they bring up variables that are not good, unpredictability. All right, guys. So even though on Cipher Digital that was a losing trade, it was still a good trade because you have guidelines that you implement. If this goes this way, implement this strategy. I missed earnings. We all missed the earnings. We all saw the news come out. Then your risk management has to be tighter. It has to be very strict. And look at what happened on Cipher Digital. The thing came 1466, pumped all the way to about $17.51. I keep teaching on these videos. If it's a loss, it's a loss. Cut it and move on. Because these are the types of events that happen, and you look back on this trade and you tell yourself, thank goodness I exited that trade. Because instead of a 1 minus 1 hour loss, you end up having such a huge loss on a trade for no reason, for refusing to cut a loss, for hoping things change, for saying, oh, sellers, please, sellers, step in so we can sell it back. Look at what happened today on Cypher Digital. Looking back again, this is a doji. The buyers are still fighting for this level. So the scenario could be this thing is accumulating right here for a move further up. And that's the whole importance of risk management. The key thing here that I like to teach is that trading isn't about being right, it's about expectancy. Let's simplify this. Now, imagine you take 10 trades, okay? You take 10 trades. Let's write this down here. Where did that go? Okay, you take 10 trades. Let's make that 22. Let's make that black. 10 trades. You win 5, you lose 5. Okay? Every loss is equals to minus 100. Every win is equals to 200. At the end of the day, total loss is 500. Total win is 1000. Net profit equals $500. That's what I'm calling expectancy. You do not need to win all the time. And I see a lot of people who are new to trading, they beat themselves up. I need to win. I need to win. Why am I not winning all the trades? Simply put, trading is just a probability. You cannot win everything. You just can't win every trade. This is a good example. Tesla trade paid 1:4. The Tesla trade was 1:4. Cypher Digital was minus 1 hour. You still remain with a balance of balance equals to 3 hour. So the next time you're trading, don't beat yourself up that you have to win each and every trade. If you implement mechanisms whereby your risk reward, your rewards are in multiples, higher multiples, you don't need perfection. All you need is to maintain that discipline. Now, the only reason why Cypher Digital trade did not affect me emotionally is I risked one and lost one. That's it. There was no revenge trading. Took one trade on the 19th, took the next trade on the 23rd. No revenge trading, no doubling down. I've seen a lot of people do this. You are on a losing trade and you double down. You double down. If you're trading swing options contracts, you started with 5, now you have 10, now you have 15 on a losing position. That messes up all the math in trading. It messes up everything. I'll do another video on that. Dollar cost averaging. I'll do another video on that. But the key thing here is that no doubling down on a losing trade. You cut and you move on. No emotions to it, just execution. So here's the thing, Tesla was not really like a genius level trade. Nope. It was a setup with a set of rules. That's what happened. Cypher Digital, the same thing. The probabilities played out. One worked, one did not. That's just how it is. So, if you're new to trading and you ever thought, well, my strategy worked yesterday on QQQ, why didn't it work today or the next day on SPY? Ask yourself, what changed in the broader market? What are the stocks correlated to? Was there news? Was there earnings? Did you manage your risk effectively? Because the goal is to really make sure that your risk reward is on point. That way, you're going to survive long enough for that edge to play. Remember, compounding your wins. You compound your wins. Now, if this video helped you understand trading on a deeper level, comment on the comment section. Context matters, okay? Context matters. And I'll keep breaking down these types of real trades for you to see the wins and the losses, because there's really nothing to hide. You don't know me, I don't know you. I'm just sharing valuable education so that you can be able to learn much faster than I did. So, guys, thank you for watching. Let's be part of this movement and have a good evening. See you guys.